In this video, we're going to share you one of the most important things to do if you want to change your life. Hey everyone, Jean-Pierre from Medialpha. Hope you're doing great. In this video, I wanted to talk to you about getting out of your comfort zone. What did I mention just a minute ago that it would be one of the things that could change your life is because in reality, the comfort zone is something that we need to get out of. You know, if you think about it, comfort is very nice, right? It's very warm. You know, now it's Christmas coming. We hear the fire. We have the little music. It's very comfortable, right? It is true. It is nice and it feels good. The thing is that it's good for Christmas, but it's not necessarily good for our everyday life, 355 days out of the year. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you're happy with what you are and where you are, in order to maintain it, you'll need to do a little bit more than what you're doing today. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, for example, right? I'm 38. I feel like I'm not in bad shape. I don't think I'm in great shape. I know a lot of people are in better shape than me, but I know that if I don't do my exercise in the morning, then down the road, as I get older and my energy is different, my muscular strength is different, and so on, I'm gradually going to have it going down slowly. It might not be noticeable today, but it will be noticeable tomorrow. And because I have a busy schedule, sometimes I could tend to say, I don't know how I'm going to do my exercise, or sometimes my knees are pretty not so great sometimes. So I'm like, I don't feel like doing exercise because of my knees. On the flip side, I need to say, you know what can I do to get out of that comfort zone and do something? So I need to maybe read, get some information, talk to someone that could tell me which exercise to do or something, so I could get out of my comfort zone and continue and train. So that means change the schedule that I usually have to fit that in. If I have a dream of achieving certain things, I'll give you an example. It's easy to say with a financial example. You could relate that to health, you could relate to relationship, and we'll talk about those things. But let's say you have a goal to make $150,000 a year, and today you're making $50,000 a year. Nothing wrong with that, right? But it doesn't mean that you can still doing the same thing as you're doing today, making 50, thinking that you're going to be making 150. So you need to get out of your comfort zone to do something different or something better or be more efficient or whatever it is that would increase your value in the market to get to 150. So for instance, for me, I was a microbiologist, right? I still graduated as a microbiologist, so I was not used to be speaking to people. And in all honesty, when I started my first job was not paying me a lot. It was actually paying me barely nothing, even though I had a bachelor degrees and all that and finished with good grades. I ended up with a job that was not paying so much. But my dream was to get to that place because I wanted to buy buildings. And I'm just telling you like this as an example of financial things. At the end of the day, what I had to do in order to promote and get better and better is to be able to build management skills. Because if I kept my microbiology skills without management skills, then I could not go up and learn to be somebody that has more quote unquote market value to increase my salary or my income. So I had to build certain skills in order to do it. For me, one of the skills I had to build is being able to be comfortable to speak to people. What I'm doing right now, it's 100,000% outside of my comfort zone. Again, I go back to being someone that doesn't need to speak to anybody, being with viruses and things like that on a microscope. I don't need to talk to anyone. I can do my research. I can think about a protocol, a project, do it, talk to no one, publish a paper. As you can see in everything that I mentioned, speaking to someone is less than zero. So why is it that today I'm talking to you? The reality is because in my realization of life, in my dream, I want to be able to inspire people. And I realized that if I wanted to do that, I needed to talk to people. So I had to figure out how to be comfortable to speak to you. And to be honest with you, you're my inspiration for me to be able to get out of my comfort zone every day to become a better person to speak to you. You see, like I did a video just a second ago and I didn't feel it was so great. Thank God Emilie is there. She's like, no, it's good. Keep it like that, right? But as you will see, and I hope that over time, as you follow the channel, you will see the evolution of me becoming better speaking with you because you are so important that I need to get better at conveying the message that you're important and that you could change your life if you do things differently, whether it be for your health, your finances, and so on. These type of information, you used to give it to the group, to the team only, but we want to share it to everybody because we want to make sure that you get that type of information if that inspires you to do better. So one of the example of exercise that I had to do, talking to no one to someone, was to take 5 pennies when they were existing and put it on the left side of my pocket and go talk to 5 strangers and say hi to 5 strangers, not even anything else, just say hi, right? And whenever I did that, I would take 1 penny and go from the left pocket to the right pocket. What would I do the next day? Go say hi to 5 strangers again. Right pocket to left pocket. And I would do that day in and day out, day in and day out. Well, eventually, I got the hang of it, and I was able to be more comfortable talking with strangers and just saying hi to strangers, and be more comfortable with, the interaction with people. Now I still have to deal with certain things, but I'm getting better at it. So the reason I'm saying that to you is because I had to do that, and I'm still doing that because I have a lot of things to work on outside of my comfort zone for that. But what that did, though, is that right now, as I'm building Medialpha with you guys, we're going to talk with different customers, different clients, different companies, different governments, and so on. I feel way more comfortable speaking with them than if I stayed in my comfort zone as a microbiologist, which then allows me to go and speak with them and increase the scope and give opportunities to nurses and give opportunities to you guys to have access to home healthcare and so on and so forth. So you being my inspiration allows us to build that for you. So getting out of the comfort zone is super important. Same thing for health, right? My comfort zone, as I mentioned, my knees sometimes they're a bit weak. They're a bit fragile. So a lot of time I would be, I don't feel like doing exercise because I have so many things to do. I don't want to have my swollen knees and so on and so forth. On the flip side, get out of your comfort zone. Go and find out some exercise. Go talk to someone that tell you what to do, what exercise to, what muscle to strengthen to fix that, right? So how do I do that? I don't have the time. Well, I need to get out of my comfort zone, try to be more efficient in certain things, try to do things that I used to take 6 hours to do and do it in 4. So I could have an extra hour or 2 hours to do this, 1 hour for this, 1 hour for that, right? Like you can figure it out. But if you stay where you are, you won't find the time to figure it out. If you don't take time to read books or don't take time to inspire or ask people that has the information how to do it, you won't change what you need to change. So you'll stay in your comfort, but then over time it will deteriorate. Same thing with a relationship. When you have a relationship with someone, you need to build it constantly. So anything that you do needs to be built constantly. Like if I tell you today you need to take 10% of your income to invest, most people live on 110% and then they have debt. I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying a lot of people do. But if you say I need to live on 90%, that means I need to cut 20% of my expense. So even if you want, you get your paycheck, you spend everything, you need to live on 90%. A lot of people are like, wow, where am I going to cut? I have to go out of my comfort zone. Well, is it worth it if you're going to invest over time 10% and with the interest and everything, you can build a financial plan for your retirement or for your older age? Yes. But is it comfortable to do that? Not really. So you need to figure out a way to do it. You need to see where am I going to cut, where I'm going to make the changes, where I could see, maybe I take a cell phone plan with a different company that's going to cost me this much less and so on and so forth. And then you can figure it out. So in the end, you're probably not going to miss out. You're just going to live a little bit differently without missing out. You're going to pay attention to certain expenses that you didn't expect, so that you didn't pay attention to figure out that, hey, 10% was there all along. Right? So my point is that getting out of your comfort zone can change your life. And the good thing about it is that it never ends. Sorry, with the H. But it never ends. So that means that today your comfort zone might be this. As you expand your scope, your comfort zone will be that, but it can always expand. And what's exciting about that is that you're always a work in progress. You can always improve yourself. And if you hear what I'm saying and it excites you, that means you're understanding the message that I have with you. Because that means that you can always become better. You can always get a better promotion. You can always have a better health. You can always have a better relationship with your husband or with your wife or with your kids and so on and so forth. You can always change the situation you are in if you decide to get out of your comfort zone. Because on the flip side, imagine, have you ever known someone that was in a bad place in their life? And I don't want to put any light, and I'm not going to try to make it simple. It's not easy, but just take the image. If you have a person that you ever think of, don't have to be a person specifically, but is in a bad place, a lot of time, what do we naturally do? We try to go back on ourselves and exclude ourselves and be in a low place and go like this, right? And what that means, if you really think about it, right? Again, nothing against anyone. I'm just give you an image here. If I stay like this and I stay in my room and I don't do anything for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, right? You can imagine what happens, right? Example, I'm going to make it very bad. You don't shower, you don't brush your teeth, you don't eat so well, hygiene is not so great. I'm going to make it very bad. Like you stay in your little corner, bills are not getting paid, you don't eat properly. Like, can you picture the image of what happens? Right? So my point is that it's not exactly like that when we stay in our comfort zone, but it doesn't mean that we can improve ourselves when we go back. When we stay constant, we're not also improving. But when we get out of our comfort zone, that's where the new things happen, and that's where the improvement is. So I don't know if that last example really hit it home for you, but my point is that you cannot stay in your comfort zone if you want to improve. And I would like for you to get to your dreams and goals. So if you have dreams and goals in your mind that you want to achieve, it's time for you to take the next step. And what I would like for you to write on a paper, and if you want to be even more bold, write it in the comments below. What is the next move that you want to accomplish or that you want to do in order to get out of your comfort zone? Or on the flip side, maybe you have an ask. Let's do that actually. Maybe you have an ask. What is it that you'd like to find or do? And maybe somebody that will listen to the video might be the connection you were looking for. Why don't you use that video to create that connection somewhere and make the network and the family of Medialpha, you, everybody that's listening, use that video as something that will get out of your comfort zone. You're looking for a trainer, you're looking for somebody that helps you with, your studies and something because you're studying math, whatever it is that you need to get better at or that you're looking for, if you want, just write it down. And maybe somebody watching the video will be the one or will know someone that could connect you. I'm just shooting that out there because it came through my mind. But if that's useful for you, get out of your comfort zone. On this note, I love you all. I wish you a very good day.